after hearing about the incident, has it affected how you feel about flight safety at all?
Yeah, well, I don't think flight safety is very good.
I don't think it would happen to me.
Just make sure that doesn't happen again, that's it. Especially if I'm on the plane, you know?
What would you do if part of an airplane you were on flew off mid-flight? That was the question passengers on board an Alaskan Airlines flight to Ontario, Canada were faced with when a cabin panel blew out on their Boeing 737 MAX 9 jetliner, leaving a hole the size of a refrigerator in the fuselage and forcing an emergency landing in Portland, Oregon. The plane had climbed 16,000 feet when the panel flew off, causing the cabin to depressurize. Several passengers took to social media to post videos of the incident, as many described a big bang followed by extremely loud wind and oxygen masks dropping from the ceiling. Although many reported feeling unnerved by the incident, all 174 passengers and 6 crew members landed safely and were unharmed. The cabin panel was found in the backyard of a Portland school teacher and is now being inspected as part of an investigation led by the National Transportation Safety Board. In the aftermath of the event, the Federal Aviation Administration, a body which regulates air travel in the United States, grounded 171 Boeing 737 MAX 9s to investigate exactly why the plane's hardware failed and to prevent a similar incident from happening again in the future. United Airlines has already reported that bolts in need of additional tightening have been found in inspections of the planes, and such insulation issues must be remedied before the planes can recommence flights. With issues being raised around flight safety, we're here to find out what the public think about the incident and how it has affected their attitude to flying.
It definitely makes you a bit wary about going. I'm not the best of flyers anyway, but it made me feel very nervous after I saw that on the news.
Well, I still have to fly back to the Netherlands, so I'm wondering if I will be nervous for the flight.
I think it's more my fear is more around probably the 737 now, so I'd probably always check what plane I was flying on before I go. So yeah, not being a good flyer, definitely reading things like that doesn't make it any easier.
I don't think it would happen to me.
No, it wouldn't affect how you feel about flying at all in the future?
No. I don't think so, as long as it's sort of, there's reassurance that these things don't happen again. And that the models are grounded and recalled and that's looked at.
I mean, I'm about to get on a flight tomorrow. It's definitely nerve-wracking knowing that this stuff happens. I would have never thought that something like this would have happened. Do you think that planes are so safe?
I'm not too bothered. I've flown a lot to and from America, and it's like, you know, you've had like the Malaysian flight that like disappeared and stuff, and I guess I always assume it's not going to happen to me.
Do you guys have any opinions on what should be done to increase flight safety in the future after this incident especially?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I'm always more worried about like security and getting people checked, that I don't really ever think about the plane or what goes into making the plane safer. I don't know what type of tests they could do specifically to make the planes, stick together, obviously, not have pieces flying off.
Well, I don't think flight safety is very good. I think they use them like buses, move them backwards and forwards, and more of them should be serviced better. And they should be checked.
Doesn't worry me in the slightest.
It worries me completely.
Are you nervous flyers generally, or?
No, not nervous flyers, but I do notice now when people fly so frequently that the plane comes in, it's not even cleaned, and then it goes out. Well, I don't think that's really good enough. I think it should be looked over. It's been up in the air for a long time.
Yeah, it should be serviced more frequently, basically.
Yeah.
Just make sure that doesn't happen again, that's it. Especially if I'm on the plane, you know? That's what I'm saying.
I think they should continue with what they're doing, just take some extra precaution, make sure that the flights are safe, and maybe take this as like a lesson, just to see that things could go wrong and that they have to take a little more precaution, basically.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on flying after learning about the recent Boeing incident?
I think, I'm not the best flyer anyway, so I think after learning about that, it's like, oh, can that happen to every airplane? If it can, then I won't be flying too much then. But I don't fly too much anyway, but that's scary. They always do the exit that way inside, but in terms of the building of the airplane, I don't really know what goes into it, but yeah, they should definitely after that do some risk assessments.